Critical incident is when we have got more patients coming into A&E than we have beds available. When we're in critical incident, the biggest change is the pressure that you feel. And I think the pressure that the whole team feels on the ward. Definitely get a lot more phone calls asking if there are discharges.
When the critical incident was happening, we were moving a lot of empty beds into wards. We were opening more wards. We did run out of beds at one point. We were putting beds on wards, leaving them in corridors, which wasn't ideal.
What I was most concerned about was patient safety and our staff well-being.
Staff were working extremely hard. There were a number of staff working long hours, coming in on days off to support our trust values and our patient safety.
What concerned me the most about the critical incident period we've just gone through is the length of time we were in critical incident and actually what happened as a result of the biggest thing is the talk of taking risks or making slightly more risky decisions than we would usually make on a day-to-day basis.
Patient movements were up. We were moving a lot more patients around trying to get space in the wards that we could get. Primarily, mostly a lot more moving empty beds than anything else.
Making the decision to go into a critical incident here at the hospital during those few weeks in December and January was really difficult. It was difficult for the senior team, and it was even more difficult for the teams that face patients day in, day out throughout the organisation.
My concerns going to the critical incident here at Kettering was patient safety. The waits in A&E were the longest I've seen.
The models that we were operating were outside of what was normal operational capacity. The amount of professionalism and the amount of work that was put in and demonstrated by a whole number of our workforce was also attributable to the concern over welfare and resilience and the ask that we were making.
As it stands now, DDU is only fit for 20 patients and it's not suitable for 26 patients. So we've had to rely on screens to maintain patient privacy and dignity. We've taken on the extra patients to try and alleviate some of the pressure in urgent care. We've had to source things like lockers, trolleys from other areas to try and accommodate the additional patients. Just the work that goes into that, and then obviously the lack of space, it's just the ward becomes very undignified.
Biggest concerns during the critical incident was actually the amount of manpower we have at nights. The problem is when you're fully staffed, the shifts are fine. When like my shift now, we've got 3 people off. So come night shift, there's going to be 4 of us. I've got 2 off sick, 1 on holiday. And like I say, on night shift, because there's only 7, 2 go up to A&E. When you're that short, night shifts are a problem.
From a clinical point of view, that's been around rapid flow of our patients up to the wards, which means that wards have more patients than they normally have, with frequently less staff than they would want or need. And that, as a professional, has been really difficult.
What kept me going through the incident was the commitment that all of us had made to our professional standards, our trust values, and ultimately understanding and recognising that we're patients that were relying on us to do the right thing, to work outside of the box, to deliver them the highest quality care that we could offer in some very pressured and challenging times.
The one thing that kept me going throughout the critical incident period was just my work team, trying to motivate each other, keep each other going, understanding that we were all in the same position, all feeling the exact same way. I think we just had no choice but to keep each other going.
Having minimum staff on night shift, which meant of course everybody rang in together.
The thing that motivated me most during the critical incident was that everyone works as a team to get the best outcome for the patients.
And it's been tough, really tough, for individuals and working as a team. But actually it's working together as a team here at Kettering that has kept us all going. And the fact that we've made decisions together, not just as a senior team, but throughout the groups that we work with. I hope it gets better and easier, but there will be times when we're faced with really challenging decisions again. And I hope that we can work together to make those decisions the right decisions.